Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and we are still on the road to Victory Road. Pretty sure I made that a video title in my last Let's Play of this game, the very first one 2 years ago. Oh man, that was so way back when. But anyways, this girl has a Pikachu, which is alright I guess. It's female, although this is before the female Pikachu suddenly lost a piece of its tail somehow. Never really got that, but you know, whatever. And here we have a Blastoise, kind of interesting, a really defensive water-type Pokemon, the final evolution of Squirtle, the water-type starter, and dies in one hit to Meganium's Razor Leaf, as does a lot of things. But hey, Meganium's somebody other than Heracross, rather, excuse me, is finally getting some screen time, which is just great. And there we got an Ice Beam, which is never going to be used and is just going to take up bag space. I don't know why I even bother with the berries anymore in this game, honestly. They just really aren't that helpful in this game. I mean, you can buy full heals or perilous heals or something along those lines and you'll be set to go. Those berries are really unnecessary. I like what they did in the remakes of this game, though, where they're just the apricorns, or whatever they're called, and those are the things that you give to Kurt to make into the balls, and they have their own separate little space in the apricorn box or whatever that's in the key items, so that's all good. It doesn't take up bag space, which is very nice. It's the part that I like the most about those. And I like how in 3rd gen, how they had, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, there was the berry pouch, which was its own separate thing in the key items box, just like they had the TM case, which is very nice. Otherwise you'd have all those TMs and they'd just be taking up bag space like they did in the original game, and it just wouldn't be that great, so I'm glad that they added those things. And then in the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, they had their own bag slots that, as far as I know, have infinite holding space, or at least enough space to hold all the different TMs and berries and whatever. So yeah, that's very nice. And then in 4th gen, they have both those and unlimited bag space, which is just the best. You know, you finally get a bag of holding, which basically every single RPG has, or at least a good portion of them. I mean, I can think of a couple that don't, like, pretty sure the original Final Fantasies didn't. Like, you could hold a lot of items, but not an infinite amount. Earthbound, really any game that has their inventory tied to the characters, like each character only has 8 slots of items or whatever. All of those, which is alright. I'm kind of okay with that system, as long as there aren't too many items to have in that game. Like Earthbound, you're not using a whole lot of items in that game. In this one, you are. So you really do need to have a huge bag space. Okay, do I care about that item? No, not really. Apparently not. Oh, this girl lost a question mark, question mark, question mark. Well then, it would appear that he has been going this way as well. Interesting. Maybe we'll run into him one more time. Maybe he's already become the champion under our noses? We'll find out soon enough-ish. Here we have a Rapidash, which is a physical fire type, kind of odd, especially in this game, or in this generation. But, you know, it's alright. I really hope that Rapidash gets a Pegasus-looking evolution in 6th gen. There have been it's not my original idea. I saw somebody else mention it, and I was just like, wow, that'd be really cool. Make it fire flying type. Maybe even fire light type if they make light type a thing, which I honestly kind of doubt them adding new types just because, I don't know. It would be kind of weird. But hey, here we go. That building leads into a cave for whatever reason. And here we are at Victory Road. Now, if you remember Victory Road from the last game, it was pretty complicated, and there were a ton of tough trainers in there as well. In this game, it's really just a little bit mazy, not very much so. And there is not a single trainer in here. Also, here we get a full heal, which is alright. That's kind of helpful. And, oh hey, I just now realized, this looks exactly like the Victory Road from Kanto. Or at least this part right here. I'd never noticed that, wow. It's that one section where they have the block right where I stopped, right where I was standing there for a second. And then you have to use strength and push it into where one of the Pokeballs was, so you basically had to make a choice of which item you wanted. But if you went back, if you came out and went back in, you could go and get the other one afterwards. But still, I didn't notice that this is an exact copy of the original Victory Road. I thought they changed it in between generations. Wow, well then. Anyways, here we have a Rhyhorn, which is a rock ground type. It's pretty cool. It's very strong in HP, attack, and defense. And then its other 3 stats are kind of really crappy. But, you know, whatever. Only problem is that you get it kind of really late. And at least in this generation, the rock type is not the best offensive type. Moves like Stone Edge, and I don't think Rock Slide has been introduced yet. So yeah, rock type really is not the best right now. So you're probably going to want to pass up on this guy. I sure am. And he also takes forever to evolve. He doesn't evolve until level 42, being one of the highest levels of any Pokemon in this generation. Other than Dragonite, Tyranitar, they both need level 55. And Ponyta's kind of up there at 40, surprisingly. There are a couple others that are really high, but for the most part, no Pokemon goes above level like 36-ish to evolve, and at least until 5th gen. In that generation, everybody evolves super late level for whatever reason, it seems. I mean, the starters evolve at level 17 rather than 16, all 3 of them. That's just kind of weird to me. And then there's Larvesta, which evolves at like level 62 or something like that. Something ridiculously high, somewhere in the 60s. And Hydreigon is like 59-ish, I want to say. I really don't know. I've never really raised a Larvesta all the way up to a Volcarona and Dano into a Hydreigon. So yeah, is this still an exact copy of Victory Road here? It's starting to look kind of different. I think they only kept the first floor the same, because I really am not recognizing this right now. Then again, I really don't know where we are. Oh, we're at the exit. Okay, yeah, this floor is definitely different then, because the exit in the last one was in a very small room type thing. So yeah, this part is different. But the first floor was exactly the same, which is kind of neat, and I never noticed that before until right now. And hey, I was right, we are running into question mark, but he's not the champion, unlike the last game, spoilers. Okay, he starts off with Sneasel, which is a kind of bad startup for Meganium, but Meganium's gonna miss, of course, and it uses Fury Cutter, which will power up every single time it uses it, but hopefully it doesn't have much of a chance to make it super powerful. It'll just keep increasing in power. It's kind of like Rollout, but you can stop using it at any time. You can choose a different move. It also doesn't gain in power so quickly. So yeah, that's the thing. Luckily, it used no Ice-type moves, as well as, even if it did use an Ice-type move, its special attack stat is so low that it probably would not have done too much to my, my Meganium. Alright, here we have Golbat, Poison Flying type. He's alright. I don't know. Lantern's probably gonna take him out in one shot. We're still like 10 levels above everybody here. I mean, I played through Fire Red, or rather I've been playing through Fire Red, and I just recently went through the Elite Four and everything, and their Pokemon were anywhere from 50 to 60, which is pretty high, and then here we are near endgame, basically the guy right before the Elite Four who only has level 35 Pokemon. And I'm pretty sure the people in Victory Road had around 40 to 45 level. Somewhere around that range, so I don't think I'm wrong when I say that this game, for whatever reason, has much lower levels than any other Pokemon game, and I really don't get why. I wonder if they changed that in Heart Gold. I never really made it that far in that game. I only made it up to the 7th gym, I want to say. Around then, and then I gave up, and I wasn't really enjoying it too much. I don't really know why. Mainly just the Pokemon I was using, I guess. I wasn't too into them. I don't know. I've never really liked the 4th generation too much. It's the one of 2 Pokemon games that I haven't completed. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I guess. And Black and White 2. Just for whatever reason, I'm just not too interested in those. I mean, I've played through Diamond a couple times, but I have not yet completed Heart Gold once, despite trying like 2-3 times? I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like the originals better. I don't really know why, though. Okay, well, here we have Typhlosion, who looks really, really awesome, and is definitely more fitting of the bad guy rival than Meganium was. Oh, that was one thing about well, one of several problems with the, whatchamacallit, the first Let's Play. Audio being another main thing, but, you know, whatever. It was very beginning, and I was still, green, quote-unquote, I guess you could call it. Alright, next up, I was not even paying attention, but... Oh, it's Haunter, okay then. But we have our new team member finally stepping into the light to show off its stuff, Xatu. Okay, so currently its moves, I know it has Nightshade, and it also has Future Sight and Teleport and Fly. So yeah, it does not really know a Psychic-type move yet. Future Sight is kind of a Psychic-type move, but the problem with that is that you have to wait 3 turns to have it actually do damage, which is kind of really annoying. Teleport is useless, and Fly is, well, Fly, so it's alright. But yeah, no Psychic-type move on it yet is kind of poor. Also, I like how Haunter just went up and killed itself even though it's a ghost, because, you know, that's how that works. But, you know, another Pokemon with Nightshade is very helpful, considering considering that we have to catch all these Pokemon. Doing a set amount of damage with no chance of critical hit is very, very helpful. Just pointing that out. So, I really do suggest you have a Pokemon with Nightshade or Seismic Toss or Dragon Rage or something, especially when you're catching a weaker Pokemon, just to do a set amount of damage without killing it. Oh, you couldn't win. Okay. Oh, you're beginning to understand? That's good. It only took you, like, half the game. Okay. I know I'm gonna go become the greatest trainer right now, actually. Gonna go fight the Elite Four and the champion. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to do. And he leaves. He has definitely become a lot more nice of a guy, just throwing that out there. Indigo Plateau. Yep, here we are. It's about time. That guy has a Mr. Mime or some Pokemon that I'm not going to talk to because I really don't care. Okay, well, we're just gonna heal up here, maybe buy a couple things, and then prepare for our League Challenge. It's about time. All these battles, all this adventure, all coming down to this moment. So, namely, for the battles, I'm gonna buy some Hyper Potions, which heal 200 health per thing, which would be really helpful. And maybe some revives. Yeah, there we go. Have not a lot of money, just because of all the Pokeballs I've had to buy over the adventure. I think 5 should be enough. The Elite Four in this game really isn't that difficult. But we will fight them next time. See you all then. Good